Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lizzie, and for today's video, we are talking about the new Hulu original, Fresh.
What's going on?
I'm gonna tell you, but you're gonna freak out. It's about giving yourself over to somebody. That's love.
So this is a horror love story that stars Sebastian Stan, who is mostly well known for playing Bucky Barnes in the MCU, as well as Tommy Lee in Hulu's recent Pam and Tommy. If you are not new to the channel, you probably already know this. I am a huge fan of Sebastian Stan. I have been for a very long time. This is not the first horror film that he has done. He was in two horror films in 2012, one called The Apparition and one called Gone. I have seen both of those. The Apparition I don't remember quite as much, but I know I really liked Gone, and he's a bit of a creepy character in that as well. He was also in We All Have Lived in the Castle, which is a 2018 thriller, and was in the 2006 vampire film The Covenant. I love both myself and Vicky from Nightmare Maven love that movie. It is extremely cheesy, and he has some pretty horrific lines in that film, I'll say. But I love it, and I love him in horror, and I've always wanted him to continue to do more horror. I actually did a video of top actors I would like to see do horror or do more horror, and he was definitely on that list. So I was really excited when I found out that he was going to be in another horror film. People were saying that this was like his most unhinged role, and I have to agree. So he plays a character named Steven that our main girl, or the final girl of the film, Noah, meets him while at a grocery store, and she's already kind of going through it. She's on the dating scene. Her best friend kind of keeps pushing her to date. She's not really into it. She goes out on some dates through a dating app that just end up terribly, and then she meets this beautiful man in a grocery store who wins her over, and they definitely play up kind of some key moments that I feel like, at least as a woman watching it, you're like, okay, that's suspicious. And even like her best friend points out some of those things, but she ends up so head over heels with him, which, I mean, who can blame her, that she ends up going off with him for a weekend getaway where some shit gets crazy. I am going to be talking about spoilers in this film. I should forewarn you. So if you haven't seen it, highly suggest watching it. Like I said, it is on Hulu, so I apologize if you are outside of the US. I don't think that y'all can get Hulu, which is disappointing. But if you do have a Hulu account, highly suggest checking it out and then coming back and watching this review. So they take off for this weekend, and you can already kind of tell that Noah's feeling a little off. He picks her up and he tells her that due to traffic and weather, they should leave in the morning and that they'll go stay at his place. And she agrees, but she feels kind of off about the situation. You can tell she's a little uncomfortable. You're kind of like, girl, like, follow your gut, like, just don't do it, don't go. He also doesn't tell her where they're going right away either. He does eventually, but they get to his house. She has no cell reception. He's talking about the Wi-Fi is out, all those bad things that she's like, lady, like, this is just red flag left and right. And they end up having a drink, and she passes out. She wakes up chained in a room in the basement of this house, and he reveals to her that he is going to be selling her meat and body parts for a lot of money. Yeah, shit gets fucking crazy. Like, this film starts out seemingly like a love story, and then just everything hits the fan, and it is so crazy. But she finds out that she's definitely not the first one, but is not the only one currently being trapped by him. But she does find out through specific things that happen kind of in the beginning of the film that she is different, that Steven sees her differently, and he even tells her that he likes her. And she spends kind of the rest of the film trying to manipulate him into trusting her, and uses that to try to kind of get herself out of the situation. Steven has also made the mistake of the fact that while Noah not having any immediate family, she does have a very close, absolute best friend, who of course when she doesn't return from this weekend away goes hunting for her. So it's a very interesting film. Like I said, Sebastian Stan is definitely like fucking nuts in this film. He really lets his crazy loose, and he did such a good job. So did the actress that played Noah. Really, so did kind of everybody in this film. It's a pretty small casted film, but it was still really good, and I highly suggest it. If it's something that sounds interesting to you and you haven't seen it, definitely check this out on Hulu, especially if you're a Sebastian Stan fan as well. So yeah, I definitely loved this film. I think it's gonna be a new favorite for sure. So if you have seen Fresh, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big old thumbs up, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button for more horror related content, and I will see you all again later with another video. Bye!